In the days when Jesus walked among us, his miracles touched countless lives. I want to share with you some of the most remarkable moments that changed the hearts of those who witnessed them. Picture this. A massive crowd of over 5,000 people had followed Jesus to a remote area, hungry for both his teachings and physical sustenance. The disciples were worried, but Jesus remained calm. Taking just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, he looked to heaven, gave thanks, and performed what we now know as the miracle of multiplication. As written in Matthew 14:19-20, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. But Jesus wasn't done showing his divine power. At a wedding in Cana, when the wine ran out, a serious social embarrassment in those times, Jesus performed his first recorded miracle. He instructed the servants to fill 6 stone jars with water, and before their amazed eyes, the water transformed into the finest wine. John 2:7-9 tells us, Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. The master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. Perhaps the most awe-inspiring demonstration of his power came one stormy night on the Sea of Galilee. The disciples were in their boat fighting against violent waves when they saw something extraordinary, Jesus walking on the water toward them. They were terrified, thinking it was a ghost. But Jesus called out, "Take courage! It is I. Don't be afraid." Peter, always the bold one, replied, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." When Jesus said, "Come," Peter stepped out of the boat and began walking on water too. But when he saw the wind, he became afraid and began to sink. "Lord, save me!" he cried. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. Matthew 14:31 records Jesus saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Throughout these miracles, Jesus wasn't just showing his power. He was teaching profound lessons about faith, trust, and God's provision. He would often pause to teach, saying things like, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven," Matthew 5:3, and "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry," John 6:35. These weren't just isolated events, they were part of a greater story, showing us that Jesus wasn't just a teacher or prophet, but truly the Son of God. The disciples who witnessed these miracles would never be the same, and neither would the thousands who experienced his supernatural power firsthand. To this day, these stories remind us that with faith, the impossible becomes possible, and that God's power knows no bounds. As Jesus himself said in Mark 9:23, "Everything is possible for one who believes."